Before I start my reviews in this video, I first want to apologize for not uploading for a while. I've been kind of backed up with movies and I just haven't been motivated to do my reviews, but I'm back and I'm hoping to upload much more regular. To start this review, I'm going to review It, and then I'm going to review like 6 movies that I'd seen during the month of August that I never got to review. They're just going to be short little reviews. It is directed by Andy Muschietti. It stars Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. Pennywise is a clown that transforms into whatever you fear most. It is about this group of kids who join together to try stop Pennywise. They've all got their motivations to do so. Each character has a quirk in this movie that makes them stand out from the other kids. And also each kid has a certain different fear. This is where you see Pennywise transform into their fears. One of the main kids is Finn Wolfhard. Many people will know him from Stranger Things, the TV show on Netflix. He works very well and is very funny in this movie. And in all honesty, pretty much all the kids are good actors, I'd say apart from one. Wyatt Oleff, who plays Stanley, he's probably the worst actor in this film. He's really distracting at how bad he is at acting. The rest of the kids are actually perfect. It's just him, he kind of stands out as being terrible. Pennywise is really scary, but in my opinion, his scares kind of get a bit repetitive. Mainly because his thing is to use your fear against you. But after a while, it just keeps showing the same thing. And it kind of just like, oh yeah, that's that thing again. Pennywise the Clown itself is definitely the most scariest. I would say this movie is very funny at points, so don't just expect a serious horror film. There's definitely many funny moments in this. But also, this movie is scary, although it gets a bit repetitive. It is scary. The effects they did on Pennywise was really good. I also think points in this movie were really frustrating. They were like the typical horror movie cliches. And it really frustrated me. That normally what happens in horror movies as well. It's really frustrating. Otherwise, this was a really fun, scary horror film that had a really good story and plot. This movie really complimented Stranger Things. So if you really like this film, you should definitely watch Stranger Things on Netflix. Overall, I would highly recommend this film. It's a really good horror film that came out at the right time, perfect length. I would give this movie a B. Okay, now I'm going to review some other films in August that I never got to review on this channel. The first movie is Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Overall, Valerian was a really visually stunning movie. It was incredible. It's probably one of the best looking films I've ever seen. Although some reviews said the cast wasn't good, I thought they were okay and didn't bother me that much. I did think the story was kind of all over the place at times. Overall, I would recommend watching it for just the visual effects alone, but it was a little bit all over the place. I would give it a B-. The next movie is Atomic Blonde. Atomic Blonde is a very fun action film. It had great action scenes, but I think the plot wasn't very good. I think the movie was acted fairly okay. I really did like Charlize Theron as Atomic Blonde, although I was disappointed by James McAvoy. Overall, I think this movie has a lot of flaws, and that maybe when it comes on the Netflix, you should watch it. I wouldn't recommend anybody go to the cinema to see it. It had good action scenes with a weak plot. I would give this movie a C+. The next movie is Annabelle Creation. Before seeing Annabelle Creation, I went back to watch Annabelle, and Annabelle really does suck. It's a terrible film. But Annabelle Creation ties the movies together perfectly and is a much better horror film. Similarly to It is really good horror film. It's just really a solid horror film that has a very decent plot and good acting. Similarly to It, there's definitely some frustrating moments. I would recommend people go see Annabelle Creation. It's a very good, solid horror film. Again, I would give Annabelle Creation a B. The next movie is The Hitman's Bodyguard. Overall, I was actually really disappointed in The Hitman's Bodyguard. I really do like Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. So when they came together, I was really excited for what movie and the comedy it was going to be. But overall, I thought the movie wasn't very funny at all. And there was maybe a couple of moments when I laughed. The action was good, but most of them shots are in the trailer. And I was very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Similar to Atomic Blonde, if it comes out on Netflix, I would say watch it. Otherwise, definitely don't go see it in the cinema. It's not as funny as I was hoping. I'd give this movie a C. The next film is American Made. I think American Made was a very fun movie. I'd say that American Made is just a fun Tom Cruise-y movie that if you like Tom Cruise, you'll enjoy, like I do. It's a fun action movie that has your typical drug smuggling scenes and a fun, oh my god, I've got so much money type of person. And how does he deal with that? The movie is kind of like The Wolf of Wall Street if The Wolf of Wall Street was all about them money laundering the whole time and wasn't as crazy. Overall, I would recommend going seeing it if you just want to see a fun Tom Cruise movie. I'd probably just give it like a B minus. My final movie is Detroit. I love John Boyega. I love Will Poulter's performance. Detroit is a very, very tense movie. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. This movie is so tense. It's hard to watch at times because it's so tense. Catherine Bigelow did a great job, as she usually does, at building the tension. She's one of the best at that. This is a very solid film. This movie has 3 parts. The first part was mainly all about the riots. The second part was kind of all about the Algiers motel. And then the third part was kind of like all about the recap and kind of what happened afterwards. I really liked that structure. I really enjoyed it. To be honest, I had like no problems with this film. I really, really enjoyed it. I wouldn't be surprised if this movie got nominated for Best Picture. I think this and Dunkirk so far, I think are the best 2 contenders so far to be nominated overall this year. This is one, if not my favourite movie of the year so far. I would highly recommend this film, although it's very tense. I really enjoyed it though. I would give this movie an A. Now that I'm going back to uploading more regularly, expect to see my Tor review out in the next week. I'm definitely going to do that. The next movie release you expect to see a review of me of is Mother. Thanks for watching this review. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it.